Hello, third grade. Happy Tuesday. Today for science, we are continuing with reading temperatures, but now we're going to be collecting the temperature data and we're going to be putting it in a graph. So remember, we're going to be using a little bit of math today with our science. So we get two subjects practically in one. So remember, temperature is when you're measuring the coldness or the heat of something. So remember when you would come to school, the past, when we were in person, and before you came out of the car, or when you did come out of the car, we'd take your temperature. We used the little scanner thing. So we're going to be talking about that. That was our temperature too. So let's go over some examples. So the first thing we're going to be doing is going over the different temperatures. So we're going to read our question first. Mark is visiting Khammam, a city in India. The city is in a severe heat wave, so he decided to measure the temperature every 2 hours. And as we notice up here, there's two ways that we can view temperature. We can view it as Celsius or Fahrenheit. The C means Celsius, the F means Fahrenheit. So right here, these thermometers are in Celsius. So he's checking them every 2 hours. He checks them at 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. And they're asking us to record the data in the table below. So we're going to take these temperatures and match them. So 2 p.m. is here, so I have to write the 2 p.m. temperature here. So I'm going to the thermometer that is labeled 2 p.m., right here, and I am counting the temperature. So we see it goes up by 5, and then these little marks, so if it was 10 to 15, is 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. So that's what the little line, it's just like a clock. When our hours are the long lines, and then we have the ones that go in, and they represent every 5 minutes. So here I see the red line is here, it's right at 40. So at 2 p.m. it is 40 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to type in 40. And then here I have 4 p.m. So I'm typing in the 4 p.m. temperature. It is all the way. I'm just taking my mouse and I'm putting it on the top line and sliding it over. You can also, if it helps, do it with your finger. I'm going to the red top of the line, sliding it over to see what number I'm at. And here I'm at 45 degrees Celsius. So at 4 p.m. it was 45 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to type in 45. And then my next graph is 6 p.m. So now I have to find my 6 p.m. thermometer and type in what temperature it is. So I'm going all the way to the top. I'm sliding my mouse over to see what line it falls on. It falls on this line, which is 45. So at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. it is 45 degrees Celsius. And then let's check our answers. And we did it! So now, here's the graph that we just did. The chart that we just did. Now we have to put it in a line graph. So the first thing here are the temperatures. So this line is all the temperatures, and this line down here represents the time. So it's 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my 2 p.m., which is 40 degrees Celsius. So this has to match. So I'm going to my 2 p.m. right here, and I have to bring it to 40 degrees Celsius. So here's 40 degrees Celsius, so that's where I'm going to put a point, because that's showing it's 2 p.m., 40 degrees, 2 p.m., 40 degrees. Then I'm going to the time 4 p.m. 4 p.m. the temperature was 45. So I'm going to go to my time first, 4 p.m., and then I'm going to go to the temperature, which is 45. Here's 35, 40, 45, and I'm going to put a point here. So I see 2 p.m. I'm representing the 40 degrees, 4 p.m. represents the 45 degrees. Now we have to graph our last point, which is 6 p.m. The temperature was 45 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to 6 p.m., my time first on this line, and then I'm going to bring it up and put my dot at 45 degrees Celsius. 35, 40, 45. And there we go. I just took the times and the temperatures and I put them on my graph, and they're all connected. So that's what we're going to be practicing today, finding the temperature and then making sure we're graphing them correctly. Remember, we did it here by finding the time, putting it down here, and then going up to the temperature. So I'm finding the time, going up to the temperature, and the temperatures are right here. All right, have fun, and I will see you tomorrow, but tomorrow we have social studies. Bye, third grade.